rules, timing rule, bidding rule, market feedback. We set the team members, we set that suppliers, we invited multiple suppliers. So how it went. So if you have any problem in any field in sourcing events, you can go through that guide which I have forwarded you, right? So okay, let me go to the project directly. So any doubts in that? How we create a project? What is the reason for creating a project?
Okay, I have. I just wanted to ask you the other day, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it possible for you to show us how multiple events are added inside the same project, please?
Multiple events in a full project.
Uh, yes, yes. When you create a, I mean, so far we have been creating a quick project. So quick
Okay.
project has only one event, I believe.
Okay.
Uh, but for full project, you can add multiple events, right? One of them is, for example, RFI, and then I convert RFI into RFP, and from RF, I mean, even after RFP, I mean, there are places where they decide not to award, instead they go for auction later.
So that is actually a session. Full. I wanted to explain you about full project capabilities. How it is different from quick project. That's actually a session.
Okay, okay,
Uh,
sure, sure. Then I hold
because
back my question.
yeah, we have to finish it up by I think by tomorrow sourcing module because it's already 4 or 5 sessions.
Sure, sure,
I'll do
sure.
that. I'll do that. Before going to that, let me complete with the auction. I mean, if it allows us to demo session. Hmm, yeah. So I have the auction which we created in the last session. I will try to finish it up. If yeah. So the time remaining in open bidding. So it's open for more 14 minutes. Let's try to
Okay,
log in with yeah. Let's try to log in with suppliers account.
okay.
I don't know whether we can do that. Today we don't have any commitments, right? Any meetings and all. So we'll try to work as much as we can to for today. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, we can do that. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Please,
Tony,
please check with Karthik.
Tony is on.
Karthik. Yeah.
Yeah, no issues with me. No issues.
Yeah. Thanks, Karthik. I don't know why it's not working. So uh, I'll do one thing. This is the only problem with Ariba that you cannot access both URL in the same IPs with the same IP. I mean to say you cannot access uh, our application URL at the same time network URL at the same time supplier network. So that is the only issue with this one because the URL more or less will be the same. So when we try to do that, it will show this type of errors like cannot reach. So I'll do one thing. Meanwhile, I'll show you one auction which is completed with supplier bidding and how suppliers bidding looks like. don't don't take. I'll explain about this thing separately. Before that, I'll try to go to this event. Yeah. So this is one event, sourcing event, which is already completed. So this is how looks like how supplier bidding looks like. They started with this ceiling price, initial price. They go on bidding. As I said, it's a reverse auction. So bidding goes on. Goes on decreasing. You can see the first bid is about 9,400 USD. The second bid is about 9,350 USD. Then keeps on decreasing, and at the last, and the rank one bid is about 8,350 USD. So you can see the trend, and you can see the graph, and it's a real-time synchronized graph where the each and every bit will be recognized or captured here. So you can also filter, at the time of bidding, you can also filter the view with the help of this. You can set to participant wise categorization, because these are only two participants, but at the real time bidding at huge auction, we can have multiple suppliers or multiple vendors in huge number, like 100, 150, but you want to see some particular suppliers, like, okay, I want to go with these region suppliers. So what what are they bidding? So you can go with this. If you want to go with these terms, you want to categorize these suppliers or this list with the help of price or extended price or savings, you can do that as well. So just categorization of the this list, the bidding list, who all are there. So we can categorize with the help of these reports. At the same time, I opted for only one line item, so I can see only one line item. If I have multiple line items, all the line items will be visible here. So if you want to go with line item wise, like line item 5 is one and line item 6 is another one. So who all are bidding for line item 6, we can see line item wise as well. So any doubts in this? How bid console? This is known as bid console. At the real time bidding, if we can bid at real time, supplier, then it looks very competitive. Keep on decreasing, people, suppliers keep on decreasing the rates and all. So it looks good. So any doubts in this bid console, or how the supplier respond? Anyway, for a consultant, it's not that much matter how supplier will respond to the event, but we should know how, so that in case of any supplier is facing any problem, we can help them out. So am I clear on this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks. So once the bidding is done, it will the status here, every status will be reflected over here. So once the bidding is done, then it will be in pending selection status. So in pending selection, what we have to do, we have to go here. We have to create one scenario. As it's a completed event, we cannot create one scenario. So let me explain about scenario. What is scenario? Scenario is something where we have to create one scenario to award the business or award the project to the supplier. So scenario will be like, how much you want to give to the supplier, or how much award you want to, how much project you want to give to the supplier. So it will be in that manner. let me explain some business scenarios to avoid the you know, project. These are our optimized scenario. This is manual scenario. So there are two types of scenario. One is optimized scenario, one is manual scenario. Optimized scenario is something where we will give priorly that okay, uh, if the supplier is matching this so and so criteria, if he is shipping to so and so location, if the quality is so and so, I mean we have to set some criteria, we have to set some rules. Those are all UI rules, no need to code or something like that. So we need to set some rules where if if any supplier matching that criteria, automatically that project will be awarded to that supplier. That is optimized scenario. The manual scenario where we need to set, okay, I want to award 70% of the business to the supplier 1 and 30% of the business to the supplier 2. So it will automatically calculate what is the price for supplier 1 or what are the quantity for supplier 1. So it will you can see over here, this is the saving percentage, this is the total price per quantity. So it will automatically calculate and it will give the, I mean, to whom we need to award how much percentage. We can do it in manual scenario. But for awarding, scenario is must and should. I mean, we have to have one scenario to award any project. Is that clear? So make note of it because it's very important. Without having scenario, we cannot award a project. Once scenario is done, we can select the scenario and we can have uh, we can have the project awarded to any supplier we want. So once it's awarded, if you have any legacy system or if you have any backend ERP system, you can create contract from here, or you can export this to any external system. Once we have integration in place, you'll get one extra field called export to backend or ERP system, whatever. So we'll have one option over here. So we can export this project to backend system or ERP system. So it will refer the same RFQ which it's created from, or same PR which is created from. So is that clear? This is the complete cycle, the creation to awarding. So here we did not created any requisition. We just selected supplier, we just selected some line items, we negotiated with the supplier, and once negotiated, we finalize the price of the quantity. And if you want, you can send it for contract. If you want, you can send it for creation of PO. But it's not created from here. If you want to create PO from this solution, you have to go to procurement module, or you have to go with catalogs. If you want to create contract, you have to go with contract management. So this is about the complete life cycle of an event. Let me know if you have any doubts.
Okay. I mean, can you just verbally say all the process completely again, please?
Verbally, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So now I'll start with the sourcing. How it starts. Sourcing, as I explained, sourcing is that is when we have to purchase some goods, but we don't have exact idea what is the price, or who all are the suppliers, what could be the negotiation process. So it starts with selecting suppliers, selecting line items, negotiating with them, and once negotiated, finalized price, put that into some contract, or if you want to go with direct PO, purchase requisition, or purchase order, we can go with directly with that. So the process starts with an event, sourcing project event, where if you want to get only the information about the line item or any item, any material, so we will go with RFI, request for information, where the commercial term is not included, right? If you want to go with RFP, RFP is something where you want the commercial term but not at the competitive price or competitiveness, where all the suppliers compete on the same line item at the same time. So that is not there. We'll get the commercial terms individually. So if you are okay with that, you can directly go ahead and create pure contract. If you are not okay, you want to create sourcing, auction event, you can create where auction, all the suppliers will compete on the same line item or same lot to give you a better price. So now, how we create all this? So these all are about events in sourcing project or sourcing module. So how we gonna create this? So creating comes with, once we create sourcing project, it will redirect you to the header information page where we fill all the header information. So it might not be very mandatory that we have to fill each and every field, but if you fill all these fields, it will be helping you out in at the time of reporting. So that is the best practice. At the time of reporting, it will definitely help you out because we have different types of reports which can give you 360 view of your data. You can so see over here, right? So types of events, if you click over here, it will show event status. If you click, okay, which type of RFP, if you click over here, it will redirect you to the different page where it will show the RFP events. So this type of reports will definitely help you out, in business process efficiency. So we were talking about auction. So it will lead to the header information. Once we fill the header information, we have to select one template. That is mandatory. We have to have one template in place. Once we select the template, depending upon that template, our event will reflect accordingly. If you are selecting, you know, yeah, so depending upon the template, our event reflects. So now we have to fill the event rules. Once event rules are done, we have to fill the complete rules like market feedback or bidding rules, timing rules. Once we are done with the rules, the next tab is uh, team tab. So we have to decide which team, who all are the business team who will be involved in this project. So we can assign team by individually, or we can assign group of team like procurement team, finance team, or any other purchasing team. So these are the teams we can add. We can add teams according to the business requirement. Next comes the supplier. We can invite suppliers in three ways. One, the supplier who is already in our system, in our backend system or in our Ariba solution. So one is that. Second, the we don't have the suppliers in our system or we don't have the vendors in our system. But still, I know the name of the supplier, the contact details, I have mail ID, phone number. I have what I know the information regarding what is the business he do. We can invite those suppliers as well. The third is we can post in discovery network, where if anybody is matching that criteria, they'll respond to you. Again, you need to, as they are already on Ariba network, you need not to onboard them. So you can directly go ahead and do auction with them. So these are the three types we can invite the supplier. Now comes the content. Is the uh, you know core of the sourcing event where we decide what is the line item we need to bid on, and if you have any questions we can add questions, requirement if you have. So all these we can do in content. Once the content is designed according to the project or according to the requirement, we'll go with the summary and we'll publish the event. Once the event is published, are you guys with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. So once the event is published, it will go to the suppliers for response. Once the suppliers start response, it will be shown in the bid console where, I mean, depending upon the type of event, it will be shown. If it's auction, the competitiveness, we can see the competitive atmosphere in the bid console. So once the event is done, we'll select we have to create one scenario. If if you want to award the business complete to one supplier, we have to create manual scenario, one stating that 100% to one supplier, and done. It will go for award. Once it's awarded, it will if we have contracts in place, we can create contract. If you want to create PO, you can go ahead and create PO. So this is about the complete process. So
Yeah, I'm okay.
any
I'm fine, Rakesh.
yeah, Karthik.
Rakesh,
Yeah,
how is the saving percentage calculated at the end you have shown in the bid? Hello?
saving percentage, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end, like in the
So
bid
what?
you have shown, which was awarded, like how is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it calculated based on the initial price or historic price?
Exactly, exactly. Initial price and historic price, both. Actually we have formulas in that. I cannot show you now, I think, because I don't have
Okay,
access.
no
We
issues.
have formulas in
No,
that.
so
So that, yeah, the calculation criteria is the I mean, ceiling price and the historic price.
okay. And another thing, another question, actually, while inviting suppliers through Ariba network, who all matches our criteria, so we need not to onboard to our application, customer application, is it?
No, no. If you want to, do auction, he's already in network.
Okay.
He's already in network. But you
So
just need to maintain his information in your application as well.
so once we award contracts to him, then we can onboard him.
Yeah,
Okay. Only in such cases we onboard when we make so
yeah.
much agreement.
Generally, I mean, onboarding in the sense he's already into network. So we generally do onboarding. I mean, we generally send invitation to the supplier to onboard them into network. That's it. So he's
Okay.
already into network. We need not to onboard again.
So
And
after awarding the contract, do we need to onboard to our application or not required?
your system, to your backend or ERP system if you want, legacy system if you want. Anyway, if you are doing auction with them, the information you need to maintain. So it will be automatically maintained in your Ariba application.
Okay,
He'll be
once we
on.
award it, then automatically it comes into our application.
No,
Is
I
it?
mean, once you award to that supplier, right,
Okay.
you have to maintain that supplier in your ERP system.
Okay. Okay.
If you have integration in place, if you are maintaining the information in your application, it will be automatically synchronized. I mean, whenever the schedule task runs, it will be automatically synchronized. So the tagline is we have to onboard them in your
Okay.
application.
Okay.
Network is already there, but in your application you need to onboard. Where just we need to give some information.
In Ariba application.
Yeah. So, am I clear? Did I answer your question?
Yes, yes, yes. Thanks, Rakesh.
Rakesh, actually, it break a different question for me now. If everybody is online, everybody is already onboarded
Kasi,
in the
Kasi,
Ariba network.
Kasi,
Yeah, yeah, hi.
give me a moment, just a moment.
Sure, sure, sure. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry I interrupted you. I was running out of battery.
No
Yeah, go
problem.
ahead, Kasi.
Yeah, yeah. So all the suppliers are already onboarded in Ariba network. In case if
Yes.
they are not, then we can invite them. When we invite them, they will come and register and they get onboarded even before they
Yes.
participate in our auction or our tendering process. However, the only thing that needs to be done specific to each and every customer is we have to ensure them the supplier have to be onboarded into our local application for payment process.
Yes.
Okay, so this integration of replicating or copying the suppliers or synchronizing the suppliers from Ariba, not synchronizing, copying from Ariba to the ERP is also part of Ariba system itself, is it?
So you mean to say that we are, I mean, what you understood is like we are copying the supplier from Ariba solution, Ariba network to our solution or our ERP. Is that?
Yes, correct, correct.
No, no, it's not like that. It's not like that
Mm.
because the Ariba network is separately, I mean, separately maintained. Here
Yeah,
in
that's fine. That's
yeah.
fine. We understand that.
Okay.
Ariba network is separately maintained. It has a different repository of suppliers. No
Exactly.
questions asked at all. Absolutely no issues. Now, assume that you invited me as a supplier. I was not
Okay.
there before in Ariba network. I came in. I participated in your tender. When I came in, I'm not here just only to participate in your tender. I can also participate in some other company's tender as long as they
Yes.
are hosted in Ariba network. I'm fine. I'm a supplier. I'm good.
Yes.
So now the sourcing process is completed. You have come to the awarding stage. When you came to
Okay.
the awarding stage, uh, when you came to the awarding stage, the scenario could be that the purchase order when contract when created in Ariba, it should also go to the
Yeah.
backend system, right?
Yes.
Then if it has to go and successfully get posted there or created there, that means the vendor also have to be there in the local system, which is
Yeah.
your ERP
Exactly.
system. Yeah.
Exactly.
So my question is, do you have a facility? Is there any capability in Ariba to do the transfer of suppliers from Ariba to ECC at the time of awarding?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, this synchronization is there. We have scheduled task in place where
Oh,
our
okay,
Ariba,
okay,
if you are, yeah, that's what I was telling Karthik also, where, I mean, if you maintain a supplier in Ariba solution, we
mm,
can synchronize the suppliers over there. And if we are maintaining suppliers in ECC, we can also pull those
mm,
suppliers into Ariba solution, right? So we have scheduled task in
mm,
place where we can run it according to our time, comfort. And if you want it at the time of awarding or anything, you can also click on the schedule task where it can, irrespective of the time decided for the task to run, it will run and it will synchronize all the suppliers, new updation into the system board. So to and fro is possible, not only Ariba. If any supplier is created in ECC, it can also be pulled to Ariba solution. That is possible through integration.
okay. Oh, that means the integration should cover how do we map the suppliers from backend to Ariba, right? Because
Yes.
yeah, okay. Do they have any do the suppliers have any unique number or something?
So generally in solution you are asking, Ariba solution.
Yes, correct, correct.
Yeah, so in both we have unique solution which will be mapped in PI middleware. So in supplier in ECC, you might be knowing that they'll be having vendor ID or
Dependent number,
supplier ID.
supplier number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the same way, we'll also have supplier ID here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vendor ID will be
Rakesh,
there.
uh, one last question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, you're telling right, one supplier is created in ECC, it will be updated in Ariba application.
Yeah.
So they are silent or manual vendors. They can be called because only because they are not in ASN. Once PO is raised, so they have to be sent through email or fax, something like that for them.
I mean, I didn't get your question. If supplier is not on ASN, then
No, no. I'm telling a new vendor is created in ECC.
okay,
And due to this scheduled jobs, it will be updated in our application, Ariba application.
okay.
Now
Actually,
I
I'm
have,
glad you asked this question. Yeah, I got your question. I'm very glad you asked this question. So, yeah, you created supplier in ECC, scheduled task runs, and it is updated in Ariba solution. Now we are creating sourcing event with them. So now what happened? It's like, new supplier. I said you right. I mean, he is not incumbent supplier. He is just new supplier to the solution. We did not have any business. So it will send as a new supplier request or new ASN request. How we send in, as said, the option called, inviting supplier where he is not in application, but I know the information about them. Like
yeah.
I know the phone number, I know the contact details. So same applies here. Here, I know I have the details. It will be sending the invitation to that supplier to onboard to the network. So it will be sent in the form of email, the same way
Again,
which we send.
again the
Yeah.
same process. Again the same
Yes.
process.
Yes.
Yeah. Another question, not this question. Actually, the question was another question actually. So
Yeah. Go ahead.
the supplier is updated in our Ariba solution. So I'm
Okay.
creating a requisition, a non-catalog item, and
Okay.
updating and selecting this ECC vendor who is not an ASN.
Okay.
So is it okay? Then how the process? Because for ASN vendors, they receive through their supplier login. They have to log in and they have to check which we have received PO like that. So how is it like? We have to send for this non-ASN vendors through fax or email.
So we have to onboard them. I'll show you better when we go to the
I don't want to onboard them. I don't want to onboard them. I don't want to invite. I don't want them to be in ASN.
Okay. Okay.
I just want to create. I just want to, just send some order to them. Just like one laptop. I just want one laptop. Some item. I don't want to award a contract. I don't want to go for sourcing. Is it like I don't know. I'm just putting like this. Is it the way like this? Is the way happens sometimes?
I never come across this situation because see, network is mandatory to do transaction. I mean, in downstream, network plays a crucial role.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
as you are saying, I don't want to onboard them. I
If
don't
you
think
don't
so.
onboard them, if you don't onboard them, what do you want to do with the suppliers, Karthik?
Yeah, that's what.
No,
If you want
I
to
don't know.
do option,
I
you
just
can do option. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I see the email now the order goes through order goes through email or fax.
Okay.
Email or fax.
Ah, okay. Can I take this question? Just try to answer this. I
Yeah,
think
go
I
ahead.
got it. I got what Karthik is mentioning.
Yeah, go
Karthik,
ahead.
I think you are referring to the downstream portion, and where you do not want the supplier to be part of the Ariba network, but still want to receive the notification, only receive the PO from procurement on demand Ariba solution, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll only get the notification. He's not part of the network. So instead of sending a physical email, the physical letter, he will just get it and just only a notification. I think what he will have to do, if this is the case, he will still have to register in the system. He will still have to register in the system, but he should decide not to log on anymore.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
this could happen. No, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. There are countries, there are very poor countries with poor suppliers who doesn't have internet and all those things, so they will not do all these activities, but they still want to be part of the Ariba network only to receive the PO notification. So if that is the case, we have to collect all the suppliers and do some registration on behalf of them as part of project with sufficient documentation. However, the suppliers
So
will never
here
log in
in
after that.
sourcing also, sorry to interrupt. So here in sourcing also, we are doing the same. I mean, we are onboarding the supplier. Because of us, he's getting so much business. I mean, once we are done, we are done. But he is getting so much opportunities, right? Not only us, he can do business
Yeah,
future in
uh, you are right. You are
lifetime.
right.
Yeah.
You are right. But think of the people. I don't know. I'm not also. I'm also not able to give any valid examples. But
Yeah.
this could happen. You know.
Okay, okay. Okay, I got it. I got it to some extent. Thank you, KP.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rajesh. You can
Karthik,
go ahead, Rajesh.
Karthik will do one thing. Yeah, we'll do one thing. At the time of procurement module or a buyer downstream module, we'll look into that. I mean, maybe when you see the system, you'll get the maybe possibilities or not. You'll get more, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
do that.
Thank you. No, no issues. You can go ahead. Actually, I'm thinking we are wasting some time because of doubts, but it is helping us. I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah,
but
I
don't
never
know.
thought like that. No worries on that.
Yeah. It was
Happy to help you out.
okay. Thanks,
So yeah,
Rajesh.
moving ahead. We are done with the quick project. Any doubts in quick project?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, now let's move ahead and create one full project. So quick project is about only one event. Just create, go ahead, negotiate, done. Award it. But full project having some, more capabilities like project management. We can manage the complete project life cycle, and we can have tasks for this project. We can have different types of tasks. We can have different types of documents included in this project. So I'll show you how. The header information for the both project will be the same. Like for a quick project or a full project, the header information will remain same. It's
So
taking so
the
much time.
the templates also can be used across these two types of projects. Is it?
No, yeah, I mean, full project will have different types of template. Template is must, but the full project templates will be different and quick project templates will be different.
Okay. Okay. So when you we haven't covered that. When we create template, I understand that the creation of
Yeah,
template will also limit the usages. How do we use it? Okay.
exactly. I'll show you. Tomorrow we'll finish it up.
Communication.
Later.
Fine. Fine. Sure. Fine. Good. Yeah.
Here we have to select full project.
By any chance, did you get any news on the access for us, Rakesh?
I'm actually working out. There's a issue. I mean, they're only giving to the partners for practice. So that is the only issue.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. I'll definitely find out some way for this. Don't worry on that side.
Sure. Thank you so much.
So you can see full project. You are getting this. This field is dynamic, where in quick project is asking for event, but in full project asking for whether it's an active project or a passive project. So you are planned to do this project, or this project is already active once you create. So I'm taking it as a test project. Again, more or less the information. I mean, these fields will be the same, like base language, origin, because it's creating. I am creating from Ariba, using Ariba sourcing. If you're creating from a backend ERP, it will give that ERP name. Regions. So I'm selecting some region. Department, I'm randomly selecting. It's not that nothing is planned or something like that. Random. So this is something, I mean, no Ariba resource or internal resource or other. It's like any business users. I mean, depending upon the business user who is resourcing. We can have a project region as well. I have new requirement, capex requirement. So I'm giving a rough figure. I wanted some 8% or 5% of.
This baseline spend means this is the targeted spend, is it?
Yeah, I am expecting this. It's not mandatory to have this spend. I mean, you can extend or you can have less spend as well. But I'm expecting this could be the spend. As I said, this is only for reporting purpose. If I'm
Because
not
this value, do we also show this to suppliers?
it won't be visible to the supplier. It's just for our information, internal business information purpose.
Okay, got it.
So yeah. Wow, I got my template after a long time. So this is the template. This is full project template. Generally, at the time of creation of template, we can set some questions regarding the template. I mean, regarding this project. What is the risk level of the project? I mean, this is the question generally. So, moderate.
But why, I mean, these questions and answers, how does it help to display or collect information through the templates?
No. These questions will lead you to the project, design. Let me give an example. For suppose, as I said, we can create multiple projects, multiple events in a full project, right? I'll take one example. Yeah, I'll take one example. My company is a transportation company. I have one transportation company where I deal with all the types of transportation like air transportation, sea transportation, road transportation. So I have all the three types of transportation. Now I got one project, full project, where I completely deal with water transportation for this project. So I can have some template inside template where when I say I'm the question will be like what is the mode of transport. So when I say my mode of transport will be sea transport. I mean, just imagine that
Okay.
road and so I'm saying sea transport. So inside that project, I can only see the events related to C or task related to C. So this is a rough example. It's not mandatory. So we can set those type of condition. Got my point? This is not only for reporting purpose. These questions can even decide your project inside project as it's a full project.
I mean, when you say full project, these questions will help you decide what information is captured during the project.
What type of project you are doing or what information you can say or what you want to see, which type of task you want to see. So all those can be decided over here if you want. If you want, you can do. Otherwise, if you want to go with complete project management, again we need to have, see, unnecessary having all the types of transportation in a single project and choosing from them, it's big headache. So just to uh, editing or just to make it easy, we can do that. So my example might be a rough example, but yeah, when real business scenario comes, we can help them out with this with the help of these type of questions. So
I
it's not
think maybe
it's not
I understand. It's not
yeah, go ahead.
mandatory, but in the what you mean to say is these questions can be captured to define how a project should look like.
Yes, yes.
This is done by um,
Functional
making
consultant.
the template, making the template more focused on the functional requirement for the for a specific activity. The example you gave, different types of transportation. Whenever it is a sea transportation, some information is additionally required. Whenever it
Yes,
is a air transportation, some information is not at all required. So you can have a common template
yes,
which can have different, I don't know, different subsets based on these questions.
exactly. So generally what happens in sourcing, I mean, depending upon the licensing, the subscription cost, we'll have limited access, I mean, limited templates to design. We cannot design unlimited, n number of templates. We'll have some limited numbers of templates which we can design. So depending upon that, we should have a good, you know, sound enough knowledge to create, because requirement we have to gather the requirement and we have to give a suitable template for them. Because if I
Mm.
create different type of templates for sea transportation, for air transportation, so it's unnecessarily taking my three templates, blocking my three templates. So in that case, we can do a one template with all these. We can leverage the capabilities of template or Ariba sourcing template. So we can do that. So it's not mandatory to have these questions. We can, but it will definitely help you out if some requirement is there. So as you're saying, your client is having some requirement regarding e-forms. So in that case, we should know about the complete, what is e-form, what are the capabilities of e-form. When you know that, then only you can, give some or propose some solution to them. And am I correct, or I want to change the answer? You have to change the answer.
I think maybe we have to proceed to the next page, and then I don't
Yeah.
know. I thought I think.
So we'll discuss about template. Maybe you'll be getting lots of doubts on template.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll do that
Oh, so
tomorrow.
that means just one consulting question.
Yeah.
Mm, the role of the functional guy will be primarily to get all the information in the enablement workbook and send to
SAP.
Ariba and
Yeah.
SAP, sorry, yeah, SAP. And second most important item that we understand during this session is to develop the templates.
Yes.
And these templates are transported or moved from development to quality to test, I don't know, to regression to production. Is it?
As this is a cloud product, we'll have only two systems, one test tenant, one production tenant. That's it. We test in test
What is
tenant.
what test tenant is it?
I mean, that is test environment and production environment. So the naming
Only
convention.
two. Okay, so you used the right word, no? Did you use that word tenant? Is that the right word?
Yeah, in Ariba we use tenant.
Tenant. Okay, so test tenant and production tenant. You so whatever we do in the test tenant, how do you move it to the production tenant, or is it? Or you just inform SAP, SAP will do it?
Yeah, they'll do.
Oh, you can't do. Okay, they will do it. Okay.
Cannot do. So we have very limited, because at the time of on-premises, we used to have complete leverage to the solution. But in
Hmm.
our in cloud, you will be having very less, leverage towards the solution. Will be more towards the business analyst or business requirement gathering consultant or something like that.
Okay, I have one more consulting question. Karthik, I believe this will be interesting also for you. Um, so when the customer gives you the compliance of what the solution is capable and what the solution is not capable, will it be you doing the responses, or will you send it back to SAP to do it?
Compliance in the sense, I didn't get you.
Okay, normally before they go for a project, they will list down like few thousand questions and ask you to answer. No? For example, one question could be like whether the emails can carry attachment or not. Your answer may be yes. In order to do it, I would need to do some config or custom development. It's just out of box solution, or maybe it can
That
be done via workaround.
that we have
Yeah,
to do. So
that's
that's
okay. The consulting
something.
companies have to do it.
Yeah, that's something, comes into pre-sales work, because before going for a license, they'll do that. If after going for a license also, generally they do a kick-off meeting. It includes where they'll ask each and every question. So we as an implementation partner have to do that.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it. Okay, sure.
That is the
Makes
real,
sense.
that is the real taste of functional consultant, where customer keeps on asking. So I mean, we cannot even imagine that type of question he asks, and we have to answer it, putting
Okay,
putting
okay.
smiley on our face. So yeah, we have to do that.
Hmm. Because some
Some
questions are
customer ask me,
so.
some customer ask me for, okay, we have so and so supplier. I don't want to onboard them because they don't have email ID, but I want to use sourcing. I said, how it is possible, man? You want to opt for online sourcing, you don't want to use internet. How could that possible? I mean, so it's like
Hmm.
that.
Okay, you see, I have a case. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just relating it back to ECC and FRM. See,
Yeah.
the customer does. He came out to me and he told me, "Hey, I have a supplier registered through SRM. So once
Who came
registered,
to
I would want." No, no,
your
one
friend?
minute. I would. But I'm just telling you one example where I believe SAP may have to do it. I just give an example. Maybe you can handle it and
Yeah.
show us how to do this. So, so whenever a supplier is registered in Ariba, let's say, the same way it was in SRM, when it gets replicated over to ECC, the standard only replicates in one particular company code. Okay. What this customer told us is, I don't want that. I want it to be replicated to all the company code, because I will use him across the company, across the total enterprise. It is not something like only company A will use him. Hello.
I missed your, missed the question, logic of the question somewhere. I mean, you mean to say I have one supplier in ECC with unique
Yeah.
code, the right?
Yeah.
So you want to send that supplier to Ariba solution. I mean, you want to
No,
replicate
no,
that.
no, 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 no. In my case, it was just like 4 or 5 years ago. So we used to register through SRM. Okay. When we register
Okay.
through SRM, he will get automatically replicated to ECC. Okay. The same
Hmm.
way we can do it from Ariba to ECC also. Like
Yes. Yes.
it's just like one-to-one comparison. Okay.
Yes.
However, only because we were able to customize things on our own, we were able to answer the compliant question to say, yes, it is possible to replicate the supplier to ECC and create in multiple company codes at the same time. because we had a complete control of the supplier registration system as well as the ECC system. But if the same question comes to Ariba, do you think you can replicate uh, the after the award, you want to replicate the supplier to ECC, right? But in ECC, he will go as only he will belong to only one company code, I believe. If you want to enhance it to multiple company codes or all the company codes, do you think you will be able to do it?
So first of all, let me know. I mean, if you have different company code
Mm.
in ECC,
Mm.
so will it have to have different suppliers altogether? I mean,
No,
for
no, no.
single.
The same supplier will have to be extended to individual company codes. So, for
Oh, is
example, he will be created against the first company code 1000. However, there may be another company code 1010. For that, he needs to be manually extended. But last time, since both front end and back end was under our control, we were able to say, hey guys, yes, we will do it for you. We will do it by some customization, and we had a control on it. So in the customization, what we have done is we showed all the company codes inside the supplier approval itself, where the approving manager selects to which company code he has to go in. And when replicating, we will also bring this information to the ECC. And ECC, we did some customizing to automatically extend it. But in case of Ariba, since you don't have the front-end control, and also since I don't know whether the supplier supplier approval allows to select the company code from ECC or not, you may not be able to answer this question, because it may be not you who's going to do it, but SAP who's going to do it
yeah.
through
So
customization.
I come across this type of question, so I'll definitely make note of it, and I'll definitely do R&D. I'll definitely get
Okay,
back.
sure. Okay.
Yeah. So let me repeat your question. I mean, when we are
The
creating
question is,
supplier.
let
Yeah.
me let me let me frame the sentence correctly so you can just take down.
Yeah.
While during the vendor master creation,
Okay.
if vendor is approved,
Okay.
will he
In
be
which
created for,
physical.
sorry, in Ariba. This is in Ariba.
Okay.
Yeah. While okay, while the vendor while there is an award for a RFX, for example, RFP,
Mhm.
I need to create the vendor back in ECC, right? Only then I can get the PO. Okay.
Okay.
The question is, will the vendor be created in multiple company codes? If the answer is yes, he will be created in multiple company codes. How would I decide which company codes will he be created in? Because this is a very common item now. You see, you will not want to have the same vendor with different vendor numbers and names in your system. Right? You will want to
Mhm.
have only one Microsoft for for example, whole of your company. You may belong to, for example, you may belong to Tata Motors. Okay, Tata Motors want to deal with only one Microsoft. It cannot be
Okay.
like Tata Motors may have 5 different company codes below them, and each of them have Microsoft 1, Microsoft 2, Microsoft 3. Nobody likes to have it. It should be a common vendor.
Mhm. Yeah. So this is something I think related to ECC. I'll definitely, I will come back because we have a good team of ECC. So I'll
Okay,
definitely get back to you. This is, I think,
fine.
for SRM and SRM related thing, right?
No,
In
no,
ECC also.
no. For SRM, there was a solution because at the time of approval on supplier, what we did is we customized to show the list of company codes from ECC. So the supplier approving manager selected which company codes should he be
Okay.
replicated to. No,
Okay.
but in case of Ariba, first thing is I don't know whether there is any such facility where the supplier manager can see the company codes to which the vendor will have to be replicated to. I don't know if there is any such functionality or capability. Assuming it is not there, how would you be in a position to answer, yes, I can customize it for you? Because you are not allowed to customize it. Instead, you have
Yes.
to create it to SAP to do it.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on this because I need to do R&D first of all,
Fine, fine,
frankly
fine.
speaking. Because I never come
No
across
problem.
this type of question. I'm glad you asked this. Thanks a lot.
But this is a very normal item, no? I mean, at least in this region, it's very normal item because they don't want to have a duplicate supplier in the system. No?
Yes, yes. So yeah, we'll say that. So now coming back to sourcing, this is full project dashboard looks like how I mean when we go give information on header information,
Mm.
unlike quick project, you can see over here. It's not asking for any rules and all. So where it will give the overview of the project depending upon the information we provide. We'll give overview of the project here. We don't have any external system integration. So once we are done, we have phases, different phases of this project like analyze phase, plan phase.
Okay.
These phases are carried out from the template. We can design this phase in template as well as if you want to do phases, we can have the phases over here as well in task.
Okay, so these phases, like what you said, is created in the template, right?
If you want, you can create in template. If otherwise, you can have here also. We can create phases. So as I said, that is a blueprint where I mean you can extend from that template, and you
Mm.
can extend and you can create your own if you want. Otherwise, you can go ahead and directly because that will save the time. Once we create,
Mm. Okay, got it,
one,
got it.
yeah. So once we create one template, you can use it for different projects.
Yeah, right, right, okay.
So this is about the overview tab where we'll have the overview of the project, full project, and the phases, what we are into, I mean, what this project into. So if you want to add some quick links to the overview page, you can add any announcement. Announcements are like, if you're setting any milestone, if you're reaching any milestone, and if you are completed any project. So every announcement details will be here. You can see welcome to the project. As I just now created the project, it's showing that. Right? Are we clear with the overview tab?
The overview tab is clear, so this is just a sourcing
Yes.
project, right?
Yes.
Okay, but this project can have different, many RFIs and RFPs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll show you how to create RFI and RFP from here. So
Okay.
as I said, there we can create only one event. But here you can see we can create analytical report from this in this project. We can send it to template. We can have documents, different documents if you want. We can have saving forms. We can have surveys. We can
Okay,
have
I got it. That means
so,
this was not
yeah.
there earlier is because we choose the quick project and we directly choose the type of event. But now you could not choose the type of event. Instead, it was a project state or some field there, right? There was a field called project state which you said is active. That's the
Yes,
reason why
yes,
you are able to see all these things.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Just a moment. So all these are carried out from our template.
Okay.
So if you want to create any RFA or auction event inside this full project, just click on this event. It will again take you to the same process. Let me show you once. We can have n number of multiple events in a single full project. When we got this access, we used to have our project manager. It's been, I think, 2.5, 3 years, 2.5 years. So our project manager asked us to create such templates or such projects, while explaining the customer, while explaining the end user, it should be so much easy. But I don't know where I lost those. We created in a very nice way where it will explain in phase one we have to do that. We have so and so task, and we are creating first RFI event. Once the RFI is completed, we are going with RFP. Once RFP is completed, and we are going for auction. So I'm talking about full project, right? So we can once the all the auctions are done, we can have some reporting sort of things, and we can have some surveys with the suppliers. So all these capabilities are there with the full project.
Mm. No, but the one that you're just now doing, see, I believe you went in actions,
Yeah.
and what did you choose in actions?
Event, I said you, right? I mean, if you want to create any event,
Okay.
event is nothing but that quick project. In a full project, I'm creating a quick project. Got my point?
I got your point, yes. Oh, so that individual event is similar to the quick project itself, huh? Okay.
So we have to give some header information over here, like title. Okay, I'm giving not selecting anything from here. I'm just selecting commodity. If you want, you can. So now here asking whether it's a RFP or auction, forward auction. So we have to we'll decide the type of the event.
Oh, so
Now
okay,
here
got
you
it.
can see the templates over here. So these templates are again different. These are related to auction events, right? So
Okay, I got it.
template, we have selected one template for full project, but when we are creating event in a full project, again it's showing for a template. So if I select one template, again the same process begins, like giving the rules.
Okay, can you please scroll down a bit slowly?
Yeah.
There is announce. Just now I read something. Announce. Okay.
Announce
Yes,
the
go ahead.
creation of this new event that it will show in the announcement that we saw, right?
Oh, you mean
I
in the
show you.
front page there?
Yeah. Announcement where, sorry,
Okay,
announcement
I got it.
where we say welcome to the
That's fine.
project.
So please continue this. Please continue this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is again the same story. We have to give rules, suppliers, content, summary. The same story.
Got it.
Again, it will go for the suppliers bidding, awarding, and all. So are we clear on this? This is a quick project again.
Okay. Okay. But how would, okay, is it possible for us to see how does it show up? How does I mean, at the same time, there could be one RFI and one RFP or maybe multiple RFP going on. Right? One could be for
Yes.
infrastructure, one could be for services, and I don't know, one could be for
Yes.
something else. So,
Yes.
can you open, for example, once you say, just create a dummy event, for example, RFI event, and go back to the show thing to show us how does it show, the event show up as a list there. Because my
How
customers
does
are all
it
very weird people, like they'll ask all the questions.
Okay, I'll do that. So let me go back to my project. I mean, any project which my team or
Yeah, you
me.
can just pick up. That's
Yeah.
fine. You can just pick up that.
Because
Yeah.
when if I create this project, then it will be taking time. So let me check.
Sure, no
So
problem.
Karthik, you have any doubts in overview and document tabs?
No.
So these tabs will be looking handy, right? I mean, we can go directly and looks very nice. So, uh, so So I am filtering out, I mean, this, I hope you're getting. I'm just filtering out the search where we can have different filter, multiple filters.
So this
So
whole
here,
event report, you took it from the dashboard there, is it?
yes.
Do you call
So
it as a dashboard or
yeah, dashboard from there, right?
dashboard?
So I'm selecting one project called full project. This is also for testing purpose itself. Uh, yeah. So it's only showing. This is a part of full project, but I don't know why it's not showing. Just a moment.
Uh, can I take a guess actually? No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I think it is
gone.
like, no, guess cannot work because you need an example, no? Okay, can you go back here? Okay, this is what I want to know. So it shows up, so whatever is the number of, whatever is the events and documents, all those things get listed under a document.
Yeah, under this document. So every event is a document in Ariba sourcing. So terminology document means even
Hmm.
RFI, RFP, RFX, contract, PO, invoice, all these are documents in Ariba terminology.
Okay, okay. So under the same documents, I can also create a survey. I can create,
This is a copy
I
of
don't know,
auction.
something.
Yeah, this is one auction. So I have created two types of auction. I have
Hmm.
some receipt. I mean, just to add, I added some receipt. So this is one document which is PDF document I added just to check the functionality.
But these documents are all not visible under each and every event, right? If it has to be visible, then it must be under the event itself.
No, no, this document is some. I mean the functionality of this document is something different. We can have any PDF or any I want to have some document to this project which explain the best practices. You can have that or which will guide you how to do the project, and it's not mandatory related to I mean if you want to have any document related to event,
Mm.
you can
Mm.
add document inside the event itself. I showed you, right? You can synchronize from the desktop. The
Ah,
content
okay, okay.
documents. So this is something different. I mean, which can have any purpose.
But once, no, I don't know. I think maybe, is it possible we can create one event? I think we're going by a lot of virtual, virtual. virtually talking a lot of things. Maybe I mean you can pick up. Yeah, you can pick up one of the existing. For example, just go and add a new one.
You want
No, no,
to
no.
you want to add new project, new
Okay,
event?
go to actions and just add a new event.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Karthik, just stop me wherever you require. I mean, interrupt you can, no worries.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, just put in some name, no? Just put in, for example, RFI test for Tata Motors or something. I don't know,
Yeah,
something like that. RFI test. Okay. What you do is event type, choose it as RFI. And okay, you also can click the advanced creation of button and click on RFI down there. I mean, just pick up something. Just pick up basic RFI. Yeah, go to next. We just add only one question, no? We don't add any line items because if you add line items, it will take a lot of
that
time.
is again, it will lead,
Yeah, just
no, you have to, it will lead to next page, right? Where we need to add complete. So I'm creating.
uh,
So I,
yeah. But what I'm saying is we don't really publish anything and all. We can just add one of the existing supplier and only add a question. We leave everything
okay,
empty.
okay,
Yeah. So once we do it, um, we can publish it. I think after publishing it, once published, we cannot change it, no? We can only monitor that, right?
once published, we cannot change. You
Mm.
can edit few details, but you cannot change the content.
Okay. Okay. Go to next. No. You have to. Okay. Here, go to suppliers. Just pick up some existing suppliers. No, I don't know. The other day I saw something like Tata in your screen.
Is it?
Yes. Proceed to invite participants. Invite
So
participants.
the data maybe, as it is a shared site, might be other
Okay.
users might be created. So you want me to create, you want me to select any
No,
supplier or?
yeah, just pick up anything. No, just pick up anything. Yeah, they know. Fine.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So now next again in the content you only add a dummy question, only a question, no line item, because adding question is much easier.
No, no, line item is must. Without line item, how can you compete or how can you, what you are
No,
want
no,
to do?
no, because this is a RFI. Usually RFI
Line
allows
item should
only
be there.
question.
Still line
Uh,
item should be
uh,
there. Let me
it
show
should
you.
be there.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean I'm just taking a. I know in some tools they allow it actually because it's only to
Okay.
capture the RFI is only for information.
Yeah, yeah. But line item, on which line item you want to gather information. So must and should supplier one, at least one supplier, at least one line item should be there.
Okay, just put what is your name, for example, something like that.
Sorry?
Just put in type in what is your name. I mean, just key in some question, whatever you like to key in.
Uh,
I mean, just something. No, I mean, my intention is not to learn this particular event, but to see how this event get displayed under, and there could be some activities that we need to do, which I don't know. Okay, just say done.
so I'm taking a basic raw question, right?
Yeah, I can just say next. Oh yeah, next and submit finally. You can next and publish maybe. Okay, what does it say? Move the red icon. Building start time is required. Where is the start time? No, the start time must be under bidding
Yeah.
rules or timing rules.
So we did not specify the rules. We just
What you do is enable preview. Oh, here we can also say the number of envelopes, is it? 1 or 2, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, just say, I think this should be okay now, I believe. Yeah, I think this should be okay now.
Yeah. Oh,
So
just
these
a
guys
moment. We need
also
to.
support these guys also, Ariba solution also supports 2 envelopes, yeah, 1 or 2 envelopes, technical and
Yeah, multiple envelopes. It's
supported. Okay. Schedule date. No, I think there is something wrong in the rules. Schedule date is
yeah. Yeah.
required. Bidding currency. Oh, you have to say no to it. Okay, right now we said yes.
So we did not specify it actually. I mean,
Not this, not this. The bidding
yeah.
currency somewhere. I don't know where is it. I saw that the other day.
Here,
Ah,
here.
here.
Currency
Yeah.
rules.
And then schedule date. Where is the schedule date? It's not
What's the
scheduled
date?
for future. When I publish, no, just click on the first option, no, first idea button. When I publish, yeah, now it should be fine.
I think. Uh, no, what is that? I think we need to specify the bidding response date. Yeah. Let it tomorrow. Let's see what.
Yeah. Okay. For example, if one of the requirement is default the response start date to 30 working days, something like that.
Yeah.
If that is a compliance question that has come in the thing like RFI or RFP, you will not be able to answer it because if SAP comes in, they can do it. But if you have to do it by yourself, you can't do it. Even if you raise a custom request or whatever, they will take their own time to do it, right? It will not be aligned with the
Yes.
project timeline. Yeah, now we can say submit.
No, it's showing error in content tab.
Oh, is
Okay.
it?
Yeah, you must add content that requires customized offline response and upload the custom response, etc. Let's try with adding one line item. Let's see. I mean, whether it's working or
Okay,
not.
okay, sure. Customized response sheet, is it?
Yeah.
I never see anything. Maybe.
So you want to check whether this question is populating in the full project. I mean, something related to.
Now, this event is shown in your documents, and
Okay.
I'm just thinking. I don't know whether this could go for approval. You see, while it goes for approval because we only created an event, we never really see the event getting the actual publishing. We did not see that. You see, we only created the event. Right? It could go for. I mean, when you say publish, it would go for approval. I don't know.
You want the approval when it goes for publishing, is it?
Correct. Because
So that
last
we need
time when it was no,
that we need to set up, right? Approval flow.
yeah, you're right. But last time when it was a quick event, when it is a quick project, I understood that it will never go for approval, it will directly get published.
Yeah.
But when it is a full project, it should go for approval, I believe so.
No. It's not like that.
Okay. So maybe I'm wrong, yeah.
Big project also we can set approvals for publish, approval for creating. In full project
Mm.
also we can have those approvals. So it's not mandatory that, I mean, it's not like that for quick project we don't need any. Uh, I think there is a issue with template, Kasi. The template in Hari we selected, right?
Mm.
we
Okay.
issue it. So it might be asking because of that. I think so. So
Okay.
so
Okay.
coming to your approval question, I mean
Hmm. Approval
approval.
flow after
Yeah,
on publishing.
yeah, approval flow can be set for quick project as well and full project as well. That we can do.
How do you do that? I mean, how would you do it actually? Because we never came across a place, or we should not be really allowed to choose between approvals or no approvals.
That we can set in template.
Oh, in the template again.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can do that. I'll show you. I'll show you once we go to the template part. So yeah, I mean
Fine.
approval flow is mandatory. I mean generally customers ask this one first because every customer wants some hierarchical approval flow. So we have different types of approvals. We can. I'll show you tomorrow. Is that okay?
That's fine. That's fine. And
If
and,
you
al
ask
and
me that,
also
if you ask
and
me that,
also
I
can
will.
you
Yeah,
can
please
you
go
can
ahead.
you just show me any examples where the emails have been sent out to the suppliers? Is there any place?
Suppliers.
Yeah. Is there any place where do you capture all the emails being sent out of the system?
I mean, you want me to show where the supplier, I mean, in our application or in mail,
No, no, no. In this inside this application, because this is one of the common requirements, no? Oh, that means all
I'll
the emails, inclusive to suppliers or participants or reviewers, everything will appear here, is it?
yes.
Even messages, huh? Okay.
So these are all the mails.
Mm. Okay. The event messages will contain all communications across all events. Okay.
So these are event messages where we can see all the event mails, and this is
Mm.
the message board where we can see the notifications like, okay, what is created, see, welcome to the project, new
Okay.
document. So this is
Okay.
sort of announcement or notification.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
So
Got it.
both are different.
Mm.
Is
I
that clear?
understand. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Kashi, have you any, I mean, come across any doubts or? So, Karthik, sorry, Karthik, are you there?
Yes, 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 Rakesh, I'm there.
Just let me know if you have any doubts. Let me ask.
Okay, okay.
So this is about full project, how it looks like. We have overview documents are nothing but any type of documents like surveys or any events or any auctions, or if you want to maintain best practices in a folder, we can create a folder and we can have best practices. All these comes under document. Now comes the task. So task is
These are
something
nothing but
where,
phases.
so yeah, in task we have phases
Mm. Okay.
like plan phase, analyze phase, plan phase, then we have execute, manage and review. So all these phases we created. So now in a phase we can have different types of task, like I'm creating one task, assigning to some XYZ in my enterprise and asking him to monitor that task. So now that's his responsibility. For suppose I created
Mm.
one task called RFI event, RFI event monitoring or whatever. So I created one task and I assigned to them, that person. So now it's his responsibility to create one RFI event, complete it, finish it, and mark it as completed. So once it's
Mm.
completed, the owner who created the task, he'll review that, and if there is any problem, he'll again get back to him on the same. So this is how we have different types of tasks depending upon the criticality of a project, and we have different types of tasks also, like negotiation task, approval task, and yeah. yeah, multiple tasks which is related to performing the roles and responsibility of any business user. So this all comes under tasks. So we can divide or categorize into different phases. So any doubts in task or how we execute this task?
This is how we create the task. Hello?
You want me to create one task, new task?
Hello? Sorry?
Yeah. Uh, Kasi.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Um, now after you create the task, for example, prepare procurement plan, you have assigned this to Dinesh, for example.
Okay.
How does Dinesh do action on this task and how does he come and update it?
See, he does his action in his own dashboard, because as he is responsible for this task, this complete
Oh,
project will be reflected in his profile also, right? So once he
okay.
open this, you can see this task, and
Mm,
he'll start working on the task by creating RFI, whatever task he got. So he
mm,
start creating RFI. Once he is done, again he goes to his task, to do task. He just mark it as completed or in process. See here we have
okay.
edit task.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Got it, right? We can from here only we can mark it as completed or in process, or so whatever status you want to keep, you can keep it.
Mm,
So in see this is in progress. This is not yet started. So these all are completed tasks. That's how it takes
okay, so
place.
this, okay, got it. I understand it. This task, well, the task cannot have any approvals or reviewers. Yeah, reviewers.
Reviewers we can have. I mean,
The
the
task
owner can
itself. No?
review.
Okay.
Yeah. The project owner can review that.
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah, I understand it. Okay.
Are we clear?
Yeah, I'm good. Yes.
So now in team we can specify the team size over here. So when we specify team size over here, it won't again ask when we create any event. So it will automatically take these team members. So this is about full project. I think I'm clear. That's the reason I explained you first quick project, and after that I came to full
Okay.
project.
Can you please go to team, please? Can you please go to team? Actually, I see your screen a bit late when
Okay.
you speak. Maybe. Okay. So this is all groups. So these guys, can you click on actions, please?
Now I think you no need to have a different solution for practice. I mean, you are practicing in my solution itself.
No. I mean,
Yeah, I like
actually,
that. I mean, good to have.
I mean, seeing somebody swimming and telling them to swim is different than swimming itself.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. So these team members you have added in, and these team members must be there belonging to your tenant system, right? I mean, anybody in your
Organization.
tenant system.
Yeah. So here, as
Okay,
I
so
said, we have one group. You can have a single user or you can add multiple user to that group. Like I have financial stakeholders, so I can add multiple financial group members to the group, or I can have multiple project owner to that group, team leader. So in this way, we can have multiple users for a single group.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Got it. I
Rakesh,
understand that now.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, just one quick question. So how do I know what is this, for example, what is this financial stakeholder capable of? How do I know that? I mean, he should
No,
be
no.
capable of, for example, displaying the document or deleting the document, or maybe I don't know, right? Somebody may be allowed to add some new line items. How do you, I believe that control is through the group.
Yeah, that can be
I know,
controlled
maybe
through the
wrong.
group,
Group,
and
okay. So
that
I
can,
guess it.
yeah, yeah, that can be done through the group. But these all are customized groups. I mean, which I created,
Oh,
so
okay.
created. So the group you want to control, like if you want to control the group by administration or ownership of the project, those
Hmm.
groups are there out of the box. I mean, from the solution itself, where we have procurement administration or sourcing project manager. So these all groups are responsible, or these roles are responsible for creating the project, or deleting whatever, editing the documents and all. So we have specific groups in our
Okay.
system.
I didn't very well understand. I sort of getting it, but not able to understand it. Um,
We
so the
have,
roles are some.
yeah.
What is the difference between roles and groups? Because I just heard the word roles.
So project manager is a role,
Okay.
and category manager is a role.
Okay.
At the same time, we can have a group. I mean, group of roles to one group or one project group.
Oh, okay. So that means when you create a new group, you will also select what are the applicable roles for it.
Exactly.
The roles,
Exactly.
you will not be able to create it yourself, but it will have to come through the product
So
itself.
one group should have multiple roles, and it will be acting on one user. See, I'll give a simple example.
Hmm.
I
Rakesh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So is it like this, like a group of activities, or like group of activities, like every activity has one role, and so group of roles is a group of some set of rules are assigned to one group, and if you just give that group, so all those
Access
roles
to
are accessed.
Yes, yes, exam perfect.
That means this group is only applicable only for this particular event, or this group will become available for
Project,
all the future events.
full project. This customized group, but generally the out of the box groups will be available to the every event. If you want to create some, this category manager will be available for all, because this came from the system
Okay.
application.
Okay. Okay.
These
So if I
director
create,
group,
hmm,
yeah,
if I create a new one, let's say I call it as a bid management group. Let's say that.
yeah. So he won't be responsible. That group won't be available for solution, I think.
Okay.
I mean,
It may be available only for that particular
yeah,
event,
yeah, yeah.
not even project.
Project. Just give me, I mean, for next session, I'll give confirm answer on this, because I know this is not applicable for rest of the project. But
Hmm.
let me confirm on 100%. I just
Okay. Sure. Sure.
don't on half knowledge.
No problem. No problem. Okay.
So as per my knowledge, it's like, if you are creating a customized group over here in a project, it will be applicable for a project. But if you're creating any groups outside the project, it will be
Hmm.
applicable for complete application.
Hmm. Okay.
You're getting my
Okay.
point,
Got it.
right?
Yeah.
Creating
Yeah. I'm
group.
sort of understanding. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
we are all very theory people, right? I am a theory people now.
So I'll do one thing. I'll do one thing while creating, users. You asked me, right? You want me to show how to create users in system, right?
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So, while creating that, we have that option to create groups and also we'll deal with that as well. I think we can do that.
Okay. Okay. Great. 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 Okay.
So make note of this. I'll definitely go through that
Sure.
because
Sure.
that
Sure.
is
Okay.
basic thing we should do,
Okay.
basic administration. So are we clear on this? We'll discuss about groups and all definitely in coming session.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything else?
Uh, no, nothing as of now from me.
So I'll do one thing. Uh, I'll forward you the document regarding this full project
Mm.
and yeah, Kasi, I have one document for you
Okay.
regarding that form builder. I mean that e-forms and all.
Okay.
So I have never personally, frankly speaking, I have never worked on that form builders or
Okay.
creating e-forms. But I'll forward you the document. If you have any doubts, just let me know. I'll definitely try to clarify. I mean, if
Sure.
I
Sure.
could.
Sure. But I don't even. I mean, I cannot even guess from where do we start that form builder. You get what I mean? I mean, so far you have been creating the projects from the create menu and manage menu type of things, right? But
Yes.
for this, I believe this form builder is sort of administrative type of work. I mean, just curious to know where would the starting point of navigation?
So generally in upstream, we can directly create from templates, these forms. We can create from by going to template, manage or create template. In upstream, I'm speaking. In downstream, I need to check because I have
Up,
limited.
upstream,
Yeah,
upstream is e-forms, right? E-forms.
upstream is D forms, dynamic forms or document forms.
Or upstream is e-forms.
Downstream
Okay.
is e-forms. The procurement and all comes e-forms. So just a naming convention.
Hmm. But other than that, there is no difference, is it?
Yeah, small differences are there. I mean, like regarding
Okay.
approvals, or regarding exporting or importing the data, reporting of the forms. I mean, the form which we create, right? So after
Hmm.
creating report, whether to export to the ERP or not, so there is a difference. I think e-forms can be reportable or exportable to ECC, but D-forms cannot be exported to ECC, something like that.
Okay. D-forms is for upstream. E-forms is for downstream.
E-forms are for downstream, D-forms
Correct.
are for upstream.
Upstream. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Make note of that.
Yeah. So it's easy to, I mean, the clue we can have is upstream. Okay. Downstream starts with the D, but we have to use the opposite form. Starting
Yes,
with D means E forms, something like that. Okay.
it's naming convention. Because E-forms are generally used for downstream. I mean, those are for downstream.
Mm, okay. But normally, I mean, do you, in your projects, do you have requirements to create a lot of D forms and E forms?
No, not actually, because
Not
as of now,
actually,
we
right?
are dealing with the Indian projects, and they are happy with the solution itself. So they don't want anything external. I mean, anything customization. They just want
Mm, it's
integration.
good. It's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very good. It's very good. Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, no,
As,
I'm not for joke. I'm serious. I mean, it's very good. No, I mean, it's easy for them to migrate moving forward.
yeah. I
And
mean, again, lots of requirement and making the solution complex. It's again different. I mean, difficult to manage in future. But yeah, it will increase the business process efficiency.
mm,
Managing it all will be difficult.
okay, can you just show me only? Okay, I think screen is gone. Can you just show me one uh, the place of navigation for forms? I think that one. I think if you send the document, maybe I can at least read through. And another one is uh, where is your administrative controls? How do you go and do the administrative things like? I mean, there could be some, for example, you want to change the email content, email body. Can you do that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Administrative. Oh, here it is.
So every administration work will be done here. As this is a demo site, we can see these much of, I added each and every role to my, I mean, profile.
Okay,
So
okay.
you can see all those, but generally every user cannot see all these roles. This is
Hmm.
something like super user.
Okay, got it. The commodity code is nothing but the UNSPC
Material
codes
master.
or product group, right?
Commodity code is nothing but material master.
Okay. Master or a master group? Because in SAP we call material master as well as the material groups.
The material master data, that's it. I mean, group in the sense I didn't get.
Okay, for electronics is a group under which phone and TV and laptop come as material master. So under the electronics group, you have so many material master.
Okay. So all this comes into a single picture itself in here. As I saw,
That is coming.
show, I mean, in selecting the material line items, I showed you, right?
Mm.
I mean, all this comes into same picture. We have to just, like here we did, right? So for suppose, think that this is a material group. When we drill down, I'm sorry. Hello. Yeah, in meeting. Yeah, I'll call you back. I'm sorry. So for suppose, think that this is material group. When you drill down, you can have the material line items or material master. So in this way, so that's the reason I think there is no that categorization in Ariba solution. We'll count it as material master itself.
Oh, okay, okay. And how? I mean, this must be a difficult thing, no? Because you see, your ECC may be having a different way of grouping things,
Okay.
but the supplier, uh, for example, there may be one customer, he might be calling the telephone as telephone. The other customer might be calling the telephone as landline, for example.
Okay.
So, the first time, I mean, the customer one, which not customer, yeah, the customer one, which is you have grouped telephone under electronics. I am calling telephone as landline, but I have grouped it into, for example, I don't know, some indirect business purchases, something like that. Okay, and some other category. So if we both reach out to the same supplier at a different timings, at the same timings, so how does he really understand the nature of the material? Only by the name, is it?
So I'll show you one thing. Maybe. So, so what happens while collecting the data, we'll have master data mappings. I mean, material master or organization master data mappings.
Oh, you guys do the mappings. Oh, that is a part of this
Yes.
this
Yes. See,
enablement
external
workbook.
commodity mapping, where we need to map both the commodity with the help of external organization. I mean, ECC is mapping UNSPC code and our commodity unique name. So we have to map in that way. So it will be
Okay, how do
automatically.
you got it? How do you get your commodity code unique name? Or that is coming from UNSPC standards or something, is it?
Yeah, if you want from there, we can, and if you want from ECC also, we can get it. From commodity code can be generated from UNSPC code or ECC also.
Okay. But because UNSPC also requires a separate subscription for the customers.
Sorry?
The customers, in order to have the UNSPC codes, do they have to manage any subscriptions with the company?
No. Generally, what
No.
happens?
Mm.
They no need to have subscription for UNSPC code. So
Mm.
whatever material, whatever custom codes they are using, it can be
Mm.
mapped using UNSPC. I mean, it can be recognized using UNSPC, and
Mm.
the same can be transported. I mean, if they are using UNSPC, then okay, then it's okay. Otherwise, with the help of custom codes, I mean, customers' custom codes, we can map them. So mapping is
Okay.
again a different picture altogether, because we should know the PI related things. We have to map that in PI. I mean, how it could be done. So I am not into that much PI, but yeah, that is possible. What you are saying is possible. So you got my
Mm.
question answer, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sort of getting it. Maybe I have to really experience
No,
this.
sorry. I mean, I actually, while explaining, I forgot your question. What was that about? I mean,
The question was, I mean, the way I see, because just now I saw the Excel sheet, no? The
yeah.
way I understand is your commodity codes
Okay.
are a are uh, I don't know. For me, it looks like commodity codes are product group, or a material group, something like that. It will
Mhm.
only show electron. How many commodity groups do you have normally? I mean, had in your last project, for example? Is it 1 million or just a few hundreds or 20, 30?
2000 we can say. 1000 into 1000.
Okay. Okay. So that means the column A will have the material number and column C will also have the material number.
Yes, unique. So which is unique to Ariba solution? This is unique to ECC.
Okay. That means all your materials will come
Map,
inside this.
yeah, we have to map that in PI. So and one more thing. When I say replication of ECC data to Ariba, that doesn't mean it will take the complete data. It will take
Hmm.
only some of the information which is required to uh, the Ariba, where those
Okay.
mandatory fields will be there, right? So it will only take those requirement, those data. When I say
Hmm.
about supplier also, it won't take the complete, supplier data, supplier information from the ECC. It will take only
Hmm.
header information like what the ship to location, what is the email ID, and so, basic questions, very basic questions.
Hmm.
So that value mappings can be done in PA.
Okay. Sorry. If you are not rushing, can you show me that Excel sheet again? Sorry.
Yeah. I'm I'm closing again and again because of some reason.
No, no. I'm sorry about that. If you don't want to, I mean, if you cannot show, then it's okay. No.
Yeah, that's it.
Not that. Can you go to report settings? Oh my God. Okay. I have to skip this because I cannot understand any of these things here.
So this is nothing, just the fields we saw, right? Like
Hmm.
the project
Oh,
name,
this is already
supplier.
pre-populated fields where you will just answer yes or no in the yellow cells. Is it?
Mhm. Yes. Default value, what you want.
Hmm.
So this is the default one. You have to fill it and give it back to them after
Okay.
gathering the requirement. Type of report they want to have, something like that.
Hmm. Got it. That's okay. Oh,
Can
Rakesh,
I
what
close
is
now?
Rakesh? What
Yeah,
is
yeah.
this?
This is a data collection template for client, which is
Okay.
provided by SAP or Ariba.
Oh,
So depending upon the data provided by them, we have to send it to them, and it can be site for it. It will be helpful for site building, and for groups, Kasi,
okay, got it. Groups are
all
also
these are
here, huh?
groups. Yeah, these are our groups. These all are licensed one, which I mean, which they can create or edit or delete the document. These are our team members who will be helping in approving the document or reviewing the document or something like that.
This Excel sheet, are you allowed to download it yourself from the portal, or do you require it explicitly given to you from SAP?
We have to get it explicitly from SAP depending upon the license, I mean what the customer bought.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh, okay.
So here you can see this is the name of the client.
Mm.
So this is specifically for this client, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure. I understand now. So
Can
even
I
the
close it?
custom email, even the custom messages can be compiled and given to them upfront, is it?
Yeah, I'll show you.
I mean the email messages and all those things, huh? That's fantastic,
Yeah, these are supplier welcome message. You can see. Welcome to this.
Wow, amazing.
We can customize it.
But how do you say whether the attachments are allowed or not allowed? Is there any settings for it in your settings page?
Which attachment?
Sometimes customers would want to send attachments also with the welcome messages, which will say, you guys have to read through this document. This is my company guidelines that you have to follow.
The kind of content we can have, or if you want to make it default, you can do that.
Yeah. How about attachments? Because this attachments is something like a PDF file.
Yeah, in the content only we can add attachment. Like I didn't show you, but we have introduction part where we generally best practice is to give the background of the company, of the buyer company, where
Exactly.
attach document to that event, and it will be sent to the supplier.
Okay, so it is possible. Okay.
Yeah.
Because this question came up from my customers.
Yeah. You can send the attachment, but the attachment size should be less than 100 MB. Yeah, that is the. So is that clear?
Yeah, it's fine. I think today we had a good session today.
So this is about administration part. If I'll get time, I can show you few administration roles what they can do. Anyhow, I gonna help you out with creating the user in the application. How we create users. We'll do that. And is that okay? We are going in this rate of pitch because is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm good actually. Actually, can you let us know what will be the next topic to cover?
So next we'll discuss on template designing and all, and few sourcing capabilities. And if possible, we'll finish it up because tomorrow is Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So
Tomorrow we can finish it up.
With these administration roles and responsibilities. I mean, like creating and editing user profiles, adding groups to them. So we'll finish it up. If we are done. Sunday, Karthik is busy, right?
Yeah.
Sunday even I am busy. I'm going for a long activity, 4-5 hours activity out.
You are in different time zone, right?
Yeah. I'm in Singapore time zone.
Okay.
Yeah, but we start very early actually. I mean, usually about 4 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
Rakesh, can we have session tomorrow, Saturday?
Yeah, we have tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. We have to finish the sourcing module tomorrow at any cost.
Yeah.
At what time? At what time?
That's what I have to ask to you guys. I mean, just decide one time.
No, I'm actually fine. I mean, I'm good with any time. I usually get up early also, so it should be fine.
Can we have it 8 o'clock tomorrow? 8 o'clock Indian time, IST.
8 to?
Uh-huh.
8 to
8 to it's like how the session
that.
goes. It
Yeah.
depends. From 8 I'm
Is
free.
that okay? Is that okay? Because today is Friday. I mean, is that okay for you?
Yeah, it's
As
okay for me.
weekend, so no weekend parties.
Oh.
So, Rakesh, actually, see, we only have 2 days holidays and rest 5 days are working days. So we have to really, if you want to really enjoy those 2 days, you have to get up early and we have to do every possible work.
That is again different way. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Rakesh,
Yeah,
going forward, we would be discussing about this material group and UNSPC code mapping, is it? In some class?
that is not actually required. You want me to discuss about that?
Yeah,
See,
actually,
that
my
is
question
something.
is,
Yeah,
suppose in ECC I have electronics group and electronics under electronics laptop, mobiles and tablet. So there are different material item for it, like X, Y, Z. And for mapping in UNSPC, and in UNSPC you have different numbers for laptop, mobile, smartphone. Is it not the same
yeah.
XYZ what we had in ECC? It is customer specific,
No,
and here it is like standard one.
no. This is again standard one. It's followed by the globe, and it has its own family number.
Okay.
Category, family, or some.
Okay.
So every
So
two number decides what type of product it is. It will have
okay.
eight even numbers, where every two numbers will decide what is the category or what is this product about.
Okay. Okay. Can we have one session sometime procurement downstream sometime? At least some 10 minutes or 15 minutes on this.
Sure, sure. So what we need to do is, I'll definitely give, I'll try to explain about that this code mapping, but overall it's about while gathering the information from supplier, you just need to gather the supplier's commodity. You just need to have UNSPC code in place and transfer it to the SAP. Now it's their headache to map those. So we need not to
Oh,
have
Ariba
any.
INC.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in PI consultant will take care. I mean, while integration,
Okay.
PI consultant will take care. But still, we'll have, I mean, whatever I know, I'll definitely share with you. Okay.
Sure, sure. Okay. Thank you.
Anything else?
Nothing else, Rakesh. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for joining. Wow.
Yeah. Thanks, KP. Thanks,
Yeah.
KP. Thanks, Rakesh.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you,
Thanks.
thank you, thank you, Rakesh, thank you, everybody. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye. Bye. Have a nice day.